This is Stooge Club! Welcome back to Stooge Club. I am your host, the Stooge. We're going to be talking about import Switch games today. Yes, that's something a little bit different. Why not? So geeks, gamers, sweaties that still live at home in your parents' basements, strap yourselves in because here we go. So I recently imported 2 Switch games from Japan. We've got Penguin Wars and Battle Princes Madelyn. So first things first, if you weren't aware, the Switch is region free, so you can just buy games from anywhere. The only difference is that you can't claim the Nintendo points, or whatever they're calling them these days, from games outside your region. So for instance, I couldn't claim the points on either of these games because they're not PAL games, they're NTSCJ. But it doesn't matter, they still play, and I don't really care about that. The other good thing about importing Switch games is the prices are usually pretty good. So over here you're looking at, at best, 40 to 60 pounds for a Switch game, at best. Second hand, maybe 28 to 40 again. The prices are kind of high. I think I paid less than 20 for Penguin Wars, maybe 25 for Battle Princes Madelyn. There was a sale at Christmas, so I think I paid a little bit less than that. In total, let's say I paid like £40, £45, and I got 2 games. Now, there was an import cost, which is a pain. The post office held my goddamn package and made me pay £15 in import tax. But at the end of the day, it still worked out less than it would have worked out to buy one new Switch game here, which is pretty goddamn crazy. And on top of that, I don't believe either of these are actually available over here. So, Battle Princes Madelyn. Really, really fun platform action-adventure game. Penguin Wars, a remake of an old arcade and Game Boy game, and maybe possibly it was on Famicom as well. 2 very different games, but let's start here with Penguin Wars. So as you probably saw from that very little clip that I inserted, it's bright, it's colourful, it's a lot of fun. It's kind of an RPG as well. Kind of. You do have stats that you get points that you can increase to make your shots more powerful, your characters faster. So I've unlocked, you start with a penguin, I've unlocked her. So we still got these 2 guys to go. Really, really fun game. So, as you can see from the back, it's kind of like Pong, but the other way. So instead of it going this way, it goes this way. You've got balls that you throw at the opponent. You've got to hit them with them to knock them out. But then there's other things as well. Like, so on some levels, all of a sudden, there's an exploding puck. And whoever side the exploding puck ends up on automatically dies. So you've got to aim your balls at the puck to keep it moving on their side. There's weapons like, big spiky balls that you throw and do massive damage. You've got power shots where you hold, special shots. Every character has a different special power shot. So the penguin throws it really fast, and she throws a whirlwind, and I can't remember what she does. Then you've also got special moves, and you've got on the ball or off the ball special moves that you can build up with a super meter. So my penguin, for instance, he puts up a wall and it rebounds all the shots. So you can get a bonus hit if you get all the balls on their side and there's none left on your side. You get an all ball attack and they just get smashed and a mad super hit. So when you've only got like 1 or 2 left, you throw up the barrier, throw the last 2, they throw 1, it bounces back hopefully, and you might get an all ball hit out of it. there's actually a bit of strategy to this. There's a deep story mode that has challenges and power-ups and shops, and it's pretty damn good. It's actually pretty deep for a game that the premise is so basic and silly, and it's a lot of fun. It's bright, it's colorful. Even my wife that was just watching me play, like she was in the background doing something else, I think she was reading, she kept looking up and going, "It's just so cute." And I'm like, shh, concentrating, getting hurt, bad. There's tag team matches, there's online multiplayer, which I haven't tried yet, there's local co-op. For your money, there is a lot of bang for your buck in this very simple premise game that has a real rich, rewarding experience and a lot of playing mechanics and strategy and depth to it that you would never expect. Penguin Wars is a really big thumbs up and a must check out. I think anyone can play this as well, from a kid to an adult. A kid can just play this simply, throw balls at each other and have a great time. Adults will get a lot more out of it. Check this out. Now, a completely different game, Battle Princess Madelyn. Alright, as you can probably see from the little bit I inserted there, this is an action platform arcade style game. It's very much in the old 16-bit sort of styling. It looks a lot like Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts. In fact, it actually plays a lot like Ghouls and Goblins, Ghosts and Ghouls, whichever one you prefer, because it is simply a love letter to that game. This is very much in the vein of Curse Castilia, where somebody clearly grew up playing a lot of Ghosts and Ghouls, Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts. Loved the hell out of it so much, they wanted to make their own version of it, and they've made a really good one. Now, the thing is, those games were balls hard, and this absolutely will wreck you. It will wreck you. Old school arcade games are made to destroy you. And this is no different. So the first time I played it, I got smashed on the first level. Second time I played it, made it past the first boss. Third time I played it, made it to the third boss. So on and so on and so on. You're supposed to get better and better and better at it. It's a quarter muncher or a dollar muncher. But it is so much fun. And if you like old school arcade action platformers, and you like a bit of a challenge, then absolutely the arcade mode in this is your cup of tea. Then, on top of that, there is a story mode, and the story mode is completely different. The story mode, even though the mechanics are the same, it is still Ghosts and Goblins, it becomes a metroidvania, though I hate that tagline, title. An exploring RPG. So you need to go around and talk to people, unlock areas, find keys, find weapons. You have an inventory system. You upgrade your character. It's a completely different style of game than the arcade mode, using the same mechanics. So, for instance, you can double jump in the arcade. You start off with only a single jump in this. You need to find the double jump. You need to search around, explore, find the places, find wherever that's hidden, beat the boss that gives you that. There's a really thick story as well about a kingdom that's falling apart and under attack, and you're the last hope. There's so much hidden stuff, which I forgot to mention is also in the arcade mode. There's statues that you go kneel in front of, and not everyone, but every now and then it'll drop a weapon or an item or something like that. More armor. In the story mode, you start with a guy following you around as well to help you out a little bit so you don't get overwhelmed and smashed to start with, in case you start with story rather than arcade. This is a really good experience, and I think this is going to definitely get my money's worth out of it, due to the fact that it's going to take me quite a while just to finish the arcade mode, let alone get through the story mode. If you are a fan of those old school hardcore action platformers, then Battle Princess Madelyn should definitely be on your list. I don't know what else it's available on. I'll look it up and hopefully maybe drop some info in the description at the bottom here. I'm sure it's probably available on Steam and a bunch of other platforms as well. And if you've got an opportunity to play it and you do like those games, definitely get it. But again, if you don't like really, really difficult games that are punishing, and especially those old school pixel perfect platformers where you've got to learn exactly where to jump from, exactly, where to land and when to shoot and how to hit enemies and what enemies are coming forward, and you've got to die a few times to figure all that out. If that frustrates you, then you need to stay away from Battle Princess Madelyn because she will drive you insane. So that is the first 2 import Switch games I have. I'm sure there's going to be many more coming up in the future. Let me know what you've been importing in the comments below. I'd like to know what else I should be keeping my eyes out for. These came from Play Asia, of course, because that is the easiest way to import Switch games and at the best prices. So check that out. Until next time, I've been your host, the Stooge. And don't forget, adventure, excitement. Stooge craves not these things. Welcome to the Stooge Revolution. This is Stooge Club!